Opposition Leader James Nomane's statement on the alleged Tsak Valley operation is one of the strongest indictments yet of Papua New Guinea's law and order leadership, and it deliberately raises the stakes from an isolated security incident to a constitutional crisis. Framed around legality, accountability, and public trust, his intervention positions the Tsak Valley allegations as a test of whether the state still exercises force within the rule of law. At the core of Nomane's argument is the allegation that members of the elite Cumul 23 unit carried out an unprovoked and unauthorized operation that resulted in civilian deaths. By invoking Section 197 of the Constitution and specific provisions of the Criminal Code and Police Force Act, Nomane grounds his criticism in law rather than emotion. This is politically calculated. It shifts the debate away from partisan rhetoric and toward institutional failure. If the allegations are verified, the implications are severe, not just for individual officers, but for the chain of command that allowed, ignored, or failed to control such an operation. However, the power of Nomane's statement also exposes its political risks. The allegations cited are drawn from a formal brief, not yet from an independent judicial or coronial finding. By repeatedly using phrases such as "if verified" alongside emotionally charged descriptions of alleged killings, Nomane walks a fine line between responsible oversight and prejudgment. Critics will argue that this risks undermining due process and inflaming already volatile security conditions in Enga Province. Supporters, however, will counter that silence in the face of such allegations would amount to complicity. The reference to Cumul 23 as potentially a kill squad is particularly explosive. The unit was established under the Anti-Terrorism Act to address high-risk national threats, not internal community policing. If such a unit operated without provincial authorization or coordination with local police commands, it would signal a dangerous centralization of coercive power with minimal oversight. In fragile states, elite units operating outside normal command structures have historically been associated with abuses, and Nomane is clearly warning against PNG drifting into that pattern. Nomane's broader political attack, asserting a total collapse within the police force since 2019, expands the issue beyond Tsak Valley into a referendum on the government's entire law and order record. His reference to global crime rankings and Port Moresby's reputation reinforces a public perception that insecurity is worsening despite increased security, spending, and high-profile operations. This framing resonates with ordinary Papua New Guineans who experience daily fear, but it also simplifies a complex problem shaped by underfunding, logistics failures, political interference, and long-standing social breakdowns. The call for the resignation of the police minister and commissioner is the statement's climax and its clearest political objective. In Westminster-style systems, ministerial responsibility is a legitimate demand when systemic failures occur. Yet resignations alone do not fix structural problems. Without independent investigations, prosecutorial action where warranted, and serious reform of police oversight mechanisms, leadership changes risk becoming symbolic gestures rather than solutions. Ultimately, Nomane's statement performs a vital democratic function. It forces transparency, demands accountability, and centers the rights of civilians in security policy. At the same time, it challenges the government to respond not with denials or public relations, but with credible investigations and institutional reform. For a country whose development depends on restoring confidence in law and order, the Tsak Valley allegations, if left unresolved, could deepen mistrust between citizens and the state. Whether Nomane's intervention becomes a turning point for police reform or another chapter in PNG's cycle of outrage and inaction will depend on what follows next: facts, accountability, and justice, rather than politics alone. If you find this information interesting, please subscribe to this channel to stay updated.